What's up, guys? This is Chris from DraftDashboard.com.
Here are my DFS picks for NFL Week 14. Top DFS picks.
These picks apply for DraftKings and FanDuel. Before I get started, please drop a like on this video and hit that red subscribe button
And hit that bell icon
so you don't miss our new videos.
In this video, I'm going to go over my top picks for this week's NFL slate. And if you stick around to the very end of this video, we'll use the Draft Dashboard tools to make a DFS lineup using the picks we just made. Oh, and good news, guys. Make sure to stay tuned to the very end of this video because we removed the box that was popping up and blocking the lineup. So now you can see a full lineup using these picks that we made in this video if you stay to the very end. Okay guys, NFL Week 14, let's take a look at the quarterback position. My top DFS pick at the quarterback position is Dak Prescott from the Dallas Cowboys playing the Washington football team, who have the fourth worst defense overall, and they give up the absolute most fantasy points to opposing quarterbacks. Dak Prescott has averaged 21.6 fantasy points per game on the season, getting an average of 2.7 rush attempts per game. He's projected at 22.6 fantasy points here in Week 14, and he's $6,700 DraftKings salary and $1,400 more on FanDuel. Vegas thinks there's going to be 49 points scored in this game, with the Cowboys favored by 4.5. So you got a fantastic matchup, a high-scoring game, and a relatively close competitive game. And Dak Prescott has scored 12, 28, and 6 fantasy points in the last 3 games. So only 12 fantasy points last week. I think Dak Prescott is going to have a huge bounce-back game here versus the Washington football team. So I like Dak Prescott here versus the Washington football team.
Before I continue with the picks, I'm excited today because we added a new contest for everyone watching.
If you want to enter the drawing for $25 PayPal,
all you need to do is like this video, hit that subscribe button, and make a quick comment below to be entered into the drawing. We'll reply to a random comment and let you know that you won.
And we'll send you $25 PayPal.
So it's that easy, and we pick a new winner every Saturday and announce them in our video. So get your comment in now so I can add another entry for you.
Okay, let's take a look at the running back position. My top DFS pick at the running back position is Javonte Williams from the Denver Broncos playing the Detroit Lions, who have the 3rd worst defense overall, and they give up the 2nd most fantasy points to opposing running backs. Javonte Williams has averaged 13 fantasy points per game on the season, getting an average of 11.7 rush attempts per game and 3.5 pass targets per game. But take a look at his last 2 games. He scored 33 and 20 fantasy points off of 23 and 14 rush attempts on top of 9 and 4 pass targets. So monster volume ever since he got the start at the running back position, and he's projected at 15.9 fantasy points here in Week 14. He's only $5,900 DraftKings salary, $800 more on FanDuel. Vegas thinks there's going to be 43.5 points scored in this game, with the Denver Broncos favored by 8. So you got a fantastic matchup and a running game script. So I like Javonte Williams here versus the Detroit Lions. Okay, let's take a look at the wide receiver position. My top DFS pick at the wide receiver position is DJ Moore from the Carolina Panthers playing the Atlanta Falcons, who have the 2nd worst defense overall, and they give up the 7th most fantasy points to opposing wide receivers. DJ Moore has averaged 15.6 fantasy points per game on the season, getting an average of 9.3 pass targets per game. He's on the field for 86% of the snaps, projected at 14.5 fantasy points here in week 14. He's 6,200 DraftKings salary and 600 more on FanDuel. Vegas thinks there's going to be 43.5 points scored in this game, with the Panthers favored by 2.5. So great matchup here, a close, competitive game, and DJ Moore has scored 17, 16, and 6 fantasy points in the last 3 games, playing off of 10, 7, and 7 pass targets. So tons of volume. Production has been great the past 2 weeks. Salary is still relatively low for this guy's upside in his matchup. So I like DJ Moore here versus the Atlanta Falcons.
Real quick, guys, I got great news. For a limited time, we're offering a full 30-day trial to Draft Dashboard. You can try all the tools for NFL. NBA is right around the corner. This is a great time to get in and try everything for 1 month. The tools are all about saving research time. You can see the last 3 games, the fantasy points per game, the targets they got per game, so you can see how involved they are in the offense, the rushes they got per game. Seeing all this stuff on one screen helps you save time and make better picks. Oh, and if you're tired of doing research every day, we just added a cheat sheet that shows hand-picked plays for the slate. No confusing stat lines, no headaches, just a simple cheat sheet that shows the absolute best players for your lineups.
Okay, moving on to the tight end position. My top DFS pick at the tight end position. I'm just going to pay up this week. I like Travis Kelce from the Kansas City Chiefs playing the Las Vegas Raiders, who have the 7th worst defense overall, and they give up the absolute most fantasy points to opposing tight ends. Travis Kelce has averaged 16.6 fantasy points per game on the season, getting an average of 8.8 pass targets per game. He's projected at 17.8 fantasy points here in week 14. He's 7,400 DraftKings salary, 100 more on FanDuel. Vegas thinks there's going to be 51 points scored in this game, with the Kansas City Chiefs favored by 8.5. So fantastic matchup, high scoring game, and we're looking for a bounce back game from Travis Kelce, who only scored 6 fantasy points last week off of 8 pass targets, but he scored 19 and 23 fantasy points the 2 games before that off of 8 and 10 pass targets. He's on the field for 84% of the snaps, so I like Travis Kelce here versus the Las Vegas Raiders.
If you want to try all these daily fantasy tools for yourself, click the link in the description below this video or just go to draftdashboard.com. You can use our DFS lineup optimizer to build quality lineups using our picks and your own custom player pool. Click the link in the description below this video and try all these daily fantasy tools right now. Thanks so much for watching. Oh, and don't forget to subscribe to this channel and hit that bell icon so you can get instant updates whenever we post a new video. Thank you so much for watching, everyone. If you enjoyed this video, please smiggity smash that like button and subscribe to the channel if you haven't already. Oh, and please comment below with your favorite player for this NBA slate. I love to hear what you guys have to think. Thanks again, and good luck.